voice, right? Boom, boom, and they try to do that every time they want you to accept this almost illogicalness. It's part of this brainwashing and manipulation. I've talked about the different mental torture they create, but they do everything they can. They call it battles, mental battles. It's just mental torture. They have these dialogues, right, in your brain that are logical, and then they try to make you accept them by telling you how you're going to be tortured. They say things that are very graphic, and or they try to say things that just are going to take your mind away or be make it intimidate you into accepting these things. They will do this thing and say, "Oh, you're going to get raped, or this you're going to be tormented. You're going to be tortured," and it's because they want you to think and accept these things. Now, not to say that this is not going to happen. Actually, I do think this torment and torture will happen. But the reason why they're saying it is because they want you to accept this illogicalness. These people are very much coward, right? I heard somebody say, "We murder," try to box in this nonsensicalness. And obviously, these people will do more than just murder. They torture, they torment, but they do it from the comfort of the remoteness they are, like maybe next door or whatever. It's not. It doesn't take bravery. It doesn't take much. It just actually takes a strong cowardness. And they do that to women and children, right? I know they murder children and women. The same people doing this to me. So you got to see them for what they truly are. Bottom feeders that work for the government and are implementing this very sophisticated weaponry that can do so much to the body and the mind. One of the last mental battle, and this is just an example. They wanted me to have this mental battle, which I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just it's so obvious manipulation. They force you to have dialogues. They have these ways of being in your brain and try to create this like back and forth with something that is not you, right? Some dialogue, like some technology that that somebody is just interacting with you, and then the other side would be like what you think is your own mind, and they have this back and forth so they can create this mental battle, right? And they would try to create this mental battle because I remember going on a date and I saw that there were like women next to me. One, not bad looking. I mean, like I'm not here to talk about how these people look, but I'm just saying the reason why I'm saying is because they try to use that to do things, or they try to create things that are not naturally happening. So this woman next to me, I know they're perps. I would see them for the perps that they are, regardless of how they look. Okay, I see this woman, and I'm like, if I was myself, knowing that these people are involved in this, are doing this to me, I forget however they look. I will not be like I will not focus on that. I won't care about that. But they try to get you to look at them in a way that is interesting. Now, I've said that they've done that to children, right? So obviously, women, it's not going to be hard. And so they would try to have this dialogue where I was like, listen, regardless of how this person will look, you forced me to be interested in this person instead of seeing them the way I would look at them when they do these things, which is the trash that they are. Now, to box out what I just said and be able to put this in the right perspective, somebody just said, "You're a bum," right? Because they want me to just let them leave that little fantasy, right? That's why they bring up some thoughts, as they say, random things to just try to disorient you. Because I'm saying, regardless of the way this women will look, doing what they do, especially they. I mean, I'm not here to judge people by their looks, but it's not to that point, okay? Not to say that I'm any better, but I'm just saying they just force you to look at these people in an interesting way to counter the fact that you look at them for what they're part of, right? And so then the dialogues changed. And because they were like, oh, regardless of how beautiful they are, I will not, And they immediately they started trying to make me imagine, oh, beautiful. What about they started making me imagine kids, and they're like disgusting. They started making me think like some kids, and they try to what if it's a pretty kid? Try to create that thing into those kind of thoughts to create this mental battle and making me kids that look like a teenager, and imagine making me imagine that. And then, to box in these thoughts, they would be, oh, they will hurt you. They will torture you. Oh, you're a bum. Do you understand? The reason they're saying that is to disorient you from putting things in perspective. They're literally right now making me imagine some random kid. And they're like, oh, she's pretty. She's very good for her. This imagination that you created. The delusion that you hear people from all the way at the end of the the hallways screaming to get you to accept this thing. It's all retardations. I'm sorry, that's the best way to call it. That's why I take pictures of these people. And they're like, oh, very pretty. This is somebody that just make me imagine as a teenage kid of some sort. It's like, what? You see how this thoughts went from there to this? That's what they do. And they use these childlike individuals to make you subscribe to it. And they make me imagine, oh, maybe this is child. No. And they start giving me stimulation onto this imagination. These people are delusional and live this life trying to make you subscribe to it. You gotta understand, this is what they do. And I'm calling it out for what it is. Then you hear people making no escape, and they try to make you lose your mind into this nastiness and nonsensicalness. It's just stupidity. And now they give me stimulation onto this imaginary teenage kid. It's just disgusting. It's so sad. They are try to delude, make you make you delusional and think in this illogical ways and put it in a perspective that is, obviously pedophilia centric, because that's what they do. And you hear this childlike people who say, oh, they are. To all my target individual, this is the kind of thoughts they try to create. I can go more into details, but I know it will just drag longer. That don't need to be. But let's just say that's how they're making me think. And they're like, oh, let me just say this. Oh, beautiful. Oh, like, I think, I don't know who is like, oh, she's very beautiful. Good for her. It's like, oh, beautiful. Oh, like that beautiful. They are so sad. And they're like, oh, you're nothing. While they're doing this kind of ways of gaslighting to think in this illogical way. Now, you understand how they are so delusional to think that they're the something, try to get you to think this way? The reality is they're the nothing that can make dumb themselves down to that level to get you to subscribe to this. And then they're using these agitating voices to try to get you to be agitated. This is how they've been messing with me, tormenting me, using very childlike individuals or comical individuals. Some of them are gimmicky, right? Using tone of voices, doing this. Not to say the bad things that are not happening. They are happening to me, but they're trying to create these gimmicky-like personalities. They are delusional. They are childlike. They are degrading, and they are truly like intaking, method acting these ways of damn near retardation. I keep using that word. That's it. So to all my target individual, you heard this story. These people are going to try to make you think like that. Me, I know, regardless of what I'm going to say, it's going to end the way it's planned to. But in the midst of that, I will not let them live the fantasy. You hear bikers making that noise campaign, trying to intimidate me into this damn near retardation, while making me imagine in this imaginary teenage kid that they try to be like, oh, she's pretty. Oh, what? Good for this imaginary kid. So these people, they live off just damn near like I don't know what else to say, but there's a level of spectralism they have to get to. And of course, I know that they're doing this knowing that this is what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to get you to accept this nonsensicalness. It's supposed to make you lose your mind. But at the same time, they're losing their mind. You cannot look at them in a serious way. Like, and to just wrap this, I've seen very professional, very well-respected individual damning themselves to that level. And then you look at them differently. It's like, oh, they tell you about all the different things they think, and then all of a sudden they come with this level of spectralism, thinking that because you were seeing them for this, you were following what they were saying in regard of this professional aspect of things, in regard of work, that now they can make you believe this illogicalness, this damn near retardation. No, I know what you're doing. You think that because you're saying things about work that sensical, that now I'm going to be finding what you're saying to me in regard of these manipulations sensical. No, I know what you're trying to do. They try to grasp you in to make you believe, to see them as credible individuals, so they can manipulate you into accepting this damn near retardation. You heard this story. I'm telling you, a president of a company would try to make you accept these things. Because this is what this program does. It tries to make somebody accept this falsification of a persona they've created. And your whole ecosystem is around you to try to manipulate you to accept these things. This is not just a bunch of kids or a bunch of wannabe feminists or some progressive. No, this is a program led by entities of the government, intelligence community with the utmost sophisticated weaponry, and have no the resource, the funds are almost limitless, and the whole ecosystem is there to try to get you to accept this damn near retardation. Did you hear the beginning of this? And you see how it ended up going, my brain? This is what they do. And there's people all around me right now yelling, telling me things, trying to disorient me. Oh, it did, like just yelling things just to disorient me, change my mind into taking it in a different perspective. But talk about torture, talk about, they have no shame. And they go, oh, you'll pay. Try to disorient me from saying what things started off and now how it become. And try to block out the fact that this sounds just damn near on the spectrum. And in my mind before, they're like, you have said the word beautiful to describe a kid. It's like, oh, beautiful child, beautiful kid, beautiful. I said, you see, beautiful, huh? Because I've also said a beautiful woman. And then they're like, yeah, you see, that's proof. Did you hear how stupid this thing has become? They have no shame. And they really think, oh, no, that's it. Yeah, proof. We matched it. So I'm a target individual. You are going to be around people who are going to damn themselves down to damn you. I'm not saying they're dumb. Well, maybe they're dumb for thinking that I'm going to subscribe to this. But I'm saying that they are dumbing themselves down. They are making themselves this level of illogicalness so you can accept this manipulation, because what's happening now is they're going to force you to give these different reactions toward children, for me at least, because that's the things they do to break me down. But I'm not the only one. There's others that have said that they do this type of tormenting where they force people to have this kind of weird reaction toward children, nasty reaction that is not just normal. It's disturbing, it's sexual, and it's disgusting. And that's what they do, this kind of manipulations. And they want you to accept it using all kind of methods of illogicalness, of nonsensicalness. And your brain, as ravaged and manipulated that your brain is at this point, it's their brain, like they say, it's them just forcing you to think that this makes sense. They have no shame. And you have people here dumbing themselves, really saying that, and you know that's how they're supposed to act. They're supposed to act this way. They are supposed to make you like that. Makes a lot of sense. Look at you a certain way. Slam the door. Oh, you're nothing. These people who are dumbing themselves down to this level. Oh, you're poor now. Disorient you. So to all my target individuals, stay strong and do not subscribe to this. You have people from all sort of life, all sort of like people trying to get you to accept this. And they're gonna disorient you till the point you accept. These people who do this thing to even children and women. So stay strong and never subscribe to it.